Let's talk about measuring tools in Foundry. You'll notice this measuring controls window. There are some modules and add-ons that will automatically apply measure templates. Measure templates are basically a way for you as a DM to see what effects hit which tiles. You don't need to use these exclusively. Generally, what I usually do when measuring line of effects is I select a token, hold Control and click to drag, and you'll notice, you won't see it right now because I'm so zoomed out, but if I zoom in, you'll notice that it will tell me how far it is. And that's usually what I use unless an effect is a radius effect. If an effect is a radius effect, you can use this handy circle template and draw out. And let's say I want a 30-foot radius sphere. That has basically drawn it for me. And there are some settings in here on these that you can use. You can change the type of template. You can change the direction, which doesn't matter for a circle, but if it was a cone, you would notice that it faces in that direction. And that's based on where my mouse cursor was when I ended that measurement. You'll notice that actually has some pretty deep rasterization on that, or on that distance, but you can set that manually. It will generally round pretty reasonably. You can change a lot of things, but generally these templates are mostly useful for just making a quick measurement on the fly. But you probably would also need to know about measure templates is that you can clear all the templates by clicking this button, and that will make them all disappear, which is very handy if you have players who have been casting spells and placing measure templates and then not moving them or deleting them when they're done with them. Whoever draws a measure template does have ownership over it, and this is a tool that players can use. But it is important to be aware of that. If you are dropping a measure template from a spell or some other effect that generates a measure template, I don't believe I have one on here, but let's just real quickly add one. I know I have a player character with some spells that have measure templates. If I cast, say, Color Spray, you'll see as a player I have the options to consume the spell slot. I'm not going to track the spell slot and place a measure template, and then I can use the mouse wheel to rotate that, and that cone is set by default to be I think it's technically set to be a 45-foot cone. In D&D, it is supposed to be a 90-foot cone, rules is written, so your players may want to change that after they roll it, but you'll notice that I can drop that template there. So that is all you really need to know about measure templates, and like I said, that was just scrolling with the mouse wheel. It was very easy to do, to move things around. So let us meet back in a little bit, and we will discuss the last module before I start talking about actors, Molinet.